हरे श्रीनिवास कल्याणाद्भुतगात्राय कामितार्थप्रदायिने श्रीमद्वेङ्कटनाथाय श्रीनिवासाय ते नमः। ब्रह्मान्ता गुरवः साक्षात् इष्टं देवं श्रियःपतिः आचार्या श्रीमदाचार्या सन्तु मे जन्मजन्मनि। अनधीत्य महाभाष्यं व्याख्यातं यदनुग्रहात् वन्दे तं विधिना सत्यनिधिं सज्ञानसिद्धये। शास्त्रेषु पारदृश्वाणं शास्त्रज्ञेषु च वत्सलं दीनभक्तोद्धारकरं सत्यात्मानं गुरुं भजे। विद्यापीठविदातारं विद्यावारिधिचन्दिरं विद्यार्थिवत्सलं वन्दे महामहिमसद्गुरुं। श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः। श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः। My namaskaram to the lotus feet of Paramapujya Sri Jagadguru Sri Madhvacharya. My namaskaram to the lotus feet of Sri Sri Vadiraja Tirtha Swamiji. My namaskaram to the lotus feet of Sri Sri Satyatma Tirtha Swamiji. My namaskaram to my Guru, who is my husband. And with all their blessings, I would like to commence from today a series of speeches which explains the Lakshmi Shobhana Pada. This particular Dirgha Kriti, Lakshmi Shobhana Pada, authored by Vadiraja Tirtha Swamiji, is a very popular Kriti which is sung in almost each and every household. But it holds a very deep meaning. The density of the meaning that it holds is something extraordinary. And this series is all about this Lakshmi Shobhana. As we all know, a great Mahan, a profound scholar, a prominent intellect, Sri Vadiraja Tirtha Swamiji has composed this Dirgha Kriti. He has contributed a lot to Vyasa Sahitya through his granthas like Sarasa Bharati Vilasa, Rukminisha Vijaya, Yukti Mallika, etc. And some of his granthas are like pillar to Madhva Siddhanta. And having mercy on normal people for their better understanding, he has composed a lot of songs in Kannada, contributing a lot to Dasa Sahitya by a lot of songs, Suladi, and some kritis which are unique to its own kind like Gundakriya, etc. And Vadiraja Tirtha Swamiji, as he is famously called Kavikula Tilaka, has composed this kriti. As we all know, it describes the Samudra Mathana incident. It explains to us, brings to us the auspicious occasion of the wedding of the Adi Dampatis, Lakshmi and Narayana. It's the recitation of this kriti each and every day in our household has a great phala. When it is filled with anusandana, then nothing can be compared to it. Its recitation holds a great place. He has composed this kriti in a shloka by shloka format, and let us also see it in that format. So, diving into the kriti immediately, the first shloka, which is the Pallavi, goes like this. Shobhana vennire suralolu subhaganige, Shobhana vennire sugunanige, Shobhana vennire trivikrama rayage, Shobhana venni surapriyage, Shobhane. In this first Pallavi, which is beautifully designed, Sri Vadiraja Tirtha Swamiji starts with saying, let us say Shobhana, let us proclaim Shobhana to that Supreme Lord Bhagavanta, to that Supreme Lord. This is a Mangalacharana. When we say Mangalavagali to someone who is younger than us, then it means a blessing, a Ashirvada. But at the same time, when we say Jayavagali or Mangalavagali to someone who is elder, then it is a Stuti. And this is that type of a Mangalacharana where Sri Vadiraja Tirtha Swamiji says Shobhana. Let us say Shobhana to the Supreme Lord Sri Hari. When we say Mangala Harige Mangalavagali, we should have the Anusandana that the Supreme Lord Sri Hari is the Mangala Murti. And let this Anusandana stay with us always. This type of Prarthana is itself a Mangalacharana. So, in Mangalacharana, let us say Shobhana to the Supreme Lord Sri Hari. Shobhana vennire surarolu subhaganige. Suraru are devatas. So, let us say Shobhana to the one who is the most beautiful among the devatas. Surarolu subhaga, to the one who is most beautiful among the devatas. And the second line says, shobhana vennire sugunanige. Let us proclaim shobhana to the one who is suguni, who is filled with all the sadguna. Shobhana vennire, to that Trivikramaraya. He affectionately calls his Lord Trivikramaraya. Shobhana vennire Trivikramarayage, Shobhana venni Surapriyage. Let us say Shobhana to the one who is the most favorite among the Devatas. So this is a summary, a borderline of the shloka. And going into it, here in the shloka, Sri Vadaraja Tirtha Swamiji has used a lot of adjectives, Visheshana, like Subhaga, Surapriya, Suguna, etc. And through these adjectives, he has brought the essence of the katha which is going to happen. So let us see it today. Shobhana vennire surarolu subhaganige. As I told, to the one who is the most beautiful among the Devatas. Let us say Shobhana. When Mahalakshmi Devi came from the ocean, she was holding a garland on her hand. All the Devatas were lined up. She passed all the Devatas. She rejected them and she went to the Supreme Lord and she put the garland on his neck, because he was the one who is Surarolu Subhaga, who was the most beautiful among the Devatas. His Saundarya is described in the future padya as Kandarpa Kotigala Geluva Saundarya. So Mahalakshmi Devi rejected all the Devatas and went straight to him. Now the question arises, why did Mahalakshmi Devi reject these Devatas? Because all those Devatas had dosha and he was the one who was Suguna. He was the one who was filled with all the Sadguna to the utmost extent, to the infinite extent. In subsequent padyas, he is described as Niranishta, Niravadya, etc. In Bhagavata Bhashya, the Supreme Lord is described as Avyabhichari Sadgunashraya. When someone possesses a virtue, a guna, which is not owned by anyone else and which is unique to its own kind, then he is called Avyabhichari Sadgunashraya, and it is the only one who is the Supreme Lord. Because the gunas that he holds is not uncomparable and is not available in anyone else. Lakshmi Patitva and all the gunas that he holds is uncomparable. He is Suguna. Even in the Mangalacharana of Rukminesha Vijaya, another grantha of Vadaraja Tirtha Swamiji, in this Shri Vadaraja Tirtha Swamiji says, Shri Krishna, the Supreme Lord Shri Krishna, as a beautiful Kshira Samudra, and his Gunagalu are like the Ratnas, gemstones which are in the Kshira Samudra. And not only that, the Supreme Lord Bhagavanta is not only filled with all the Sadguna, but he is also the one who does not even have any dosha, who is unaware, who is untouched by any dosha. So that is why Shri Mahalakshmi Devi, when she came out of the ocean, she rejected all the Devatas and she went past them and she put the garland on the Supreme Lord's neck. So Shobhana vennire Sugunanige, Shobhana vennire Trivikramarayage. Here, Lord Trivikrama, when he came as Vamana, he asked for 3 feet of land, and in turn he grew very big in size and took Trivikrama Avatara. Here, Vadaraja Tirtha Swamiji, through this, has brought to us that he is not only Trivikrama by his size, but he is also Trivikrama by the Gunagalu that he possesses. He is just not Trivikrama because he took a gigantic size, but he is filled with so much Sadguna that he is Trivikrama through his gunas. And here we can also see that when Mahalakshmi Devi came out of the ocean, she saw all the Devatas lined up in the queue for Swayamvara. And after some Devatas, in between them, the Supreme Lord Sri Hari was present there as a normal person, as a common person. But as Mahalakshmi Devi advanced towards him, listing out all their flaws and mistakes, there in her mind, in her vichara, the Supreme Lord's Sadguna grew very bigger and bigger, and it formed Trivikrama Avatara there. So, shobhana vennire to that Supreme Lord Trivikrama, shobhana vennire Surapriyage. Now the question arises. Were the Devatas upset or were the Devatas felt rejected as they were rejected by Mahalakshmi Devi? The answer is an absolute no. Because the Devatas were extremely delighted to witness the auspicious wedding occasion of their own parents, Lakshmi and Narayana. They were very happy and they felt very blessed to be a part of that occasion. Then, why did they line up there? The answer is, they lined up, they came there not to participate in the Swayamvara, but to witness it, but to view it. The Supreme Lord Bhagavanta, He Himself became the Sutradhari of His own wedding and showed the auspicious occasion to everyone, and they were very much blessed as they could witness the wedding, and they were very much blessed because the Karuna Kataksha of the Lakshmi Devi fell on them. They were happy that it was because of them, that it was through them that the world came to know that the Supreme Lord is the Supreme, He is the Suguna, He is someone who is uncomparable, He is eternal. All these guna came through them. So, because of that, they actually felt very blessed, and they also expressed their happiness in a subsequent padya. Vadarajatirtha Swamiji says, Sambramadin Dambaradi Dundubi Molagisidaru. They were very happy that they made some noises through which they brought out their happiness. Because they knew that the Supreme Lord Sri Hari, He is the one who will protect them. He is the one who has been with them in all their time. He is the Surapriya. He is the one who is the most favorite among the Devatas. He was the one who protected them. He was the one who brought the Mandar Parvata. He was the one, as Ajita, who churned the mountain. He was the one who served his own wedding meal by giving the Amrita. He was the one who took the Mohini Avatara and made sure that the Daityas do not get it. And He has done everything for them. And they know that their living is because of Him. So, the Devatas were extremely delighted to witness the wedding. Now, the question arises, what happened to the Samudra Mathana incident? Why did it happen? Once, a small story is there here. Once, Lord Indra, along with his family members, who are all Devatas, was wandering around. He was doing Sanchara on his Vahana, which is an elephant, Airavata. When he was doing Sanchara, he accidentally met Durvasa Maharishi. There, Durvasa Rishi, to greet Lord Indra, he gave him a garland, which is a Vishnu Nirmalya. As he was sitting on the elephant, Lord Indra was sitting on the elephant and thinking of his position. He is Swargadipati and all his family members around. He, at that time, temporarily, he got ego. And due to his temporary ego, he rejected the Vishnu Nirmalya. He did not wear it, but kept it on the elephant's head. That elephant, which is known to have ego, took that Vishnu Nirmalya and it put it down to the ground and it stamped it with its feet. Now, Vishnu Nirmalya is something which should be respected in an utmost level. Vishnu Nirmalya has the power to make us get rid of Kaliya Pravesha, Asura Shakti, etc. There is a Sampradaya which says, when we remove the Nirmalya after the puja, we should have the Anusandhana that the Parama Vaishnava, who is Rudradeva, will be holding a vessel on his head and will be waiting for the Vishnu Nirmalya. When Rudradeva himself will be waiting for Vishnu Nirmalya, then we all should treat Vishnu Nirmalya as one of the gemstones that we have in our household. So here, Vishnu Nirmalya was disrespected. So Durvasa Rishi, he immediately got angry. He is known to get angry for anything that goes against Shastra. So he immediately cursed Lord Indra. He said, "O Indra, you disrespected the Vishnu Nirmalya because of your position, because of the ego that you got because of your position. So let you be deprived of your position and wealth. He immediately cursed. Indradeva got down and pleaded, but of no use. And all the Daityas who came to know about this, they all started to accumulate at once, and they came to fight and win Devatas. Here all the Devatas, they accumulated in front of Lord Sri Hari and narrated all the incidents that took place. Indradeva's curse, Durvasa Rishi, every incident they narrated in front of him. And they also told the Daityas are coming to fight with them. And there the Supreme Lord Sri Hari says, all Devatas, you go and you be with Daityas, and both of you go and drink the Mandar Parvata and do the churning of the ocean. And through the churning of the ocean, you will get the Amrita, and by consuming the ocean, you will be consuming the Amrita, you will become immortal. And after obtaining the immortality, let you Devatas go and fight with Daityas. The Supreme Lord, as Supreme Lord advised them to do this, all the Devatas went to bring the mountain Mandara Parvata, but they couldn't even shake it. And again the Supreme Lord came, and in each and every instance of this Samudra Mathana, the Supreme Lord was with them to protect them, to make sure that they get the Amrita. So he is the one who is the most favorite to all the Devatas. He is Surapriya. And as this shloka is the Mangalacharana, which beautifully describes the Supreme Lord with his adjectives, the next shloka is the one which says the phala of this Lakshmi Shobhana Pada. And let us see it in the subsequent section. Shri Krishna Arpanamastu.